At Francesca's Restaurants, we're all about bringing you back to the roots of Italy, giving you that bold, rustic flavor with simple and authentic cuisine.
How you doing? My name is Chef Zach. I'm with me at Francesca's, and today I'm going to show you how to make classic gnocchi. Gnocchi is classically just flour and potato dumplings. So right here all we have is some potatoes. We have 4 each potatoes, a couple of eggs, and some all-purpose flour, salt and pepper. That's all you really need for the dish. I've already gone ahead and boiled these potatoes. So what I did was I just scrubbed them off and boiled them in hot water for about an hour until they're fork tender. These have been cooling off for about 10 minutes, just cool enough to handle. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel off the outsides. The easiest way to do it is actually with a towel, just to kind of get that off of there. Leave that on the surface here. You want to make sure that they're still warm, so they're obviously that makes them a little bit easier to press a little bit later, and I'll show you why. You don't want them too hot though, that you burn your hands. Making gnocchi is not a clean process, so make sure that you know that your kitchen's going to get a little bit dirty. Alright, just about finished here. Alright, so here I just have the potatoes, skins off, and what I have here is a potato ricer. Instead of a potato ricer, you could just use a little colander, anything with small little holes in the middle, just to kind of press the potatoes through. You can get one of these for just a little bit of money at any local food store. I'm just going to go ahead and press that right through. Comes out nice and mashed. All right. Make sure you get all the potatoes in there. You don't want to leave any behind. All right. So now we're left with beautiful potatoes. There's no heavy chunks or clumps that are going to ruin your gnocchi for you. You want a nice, smooth, clean product. All right, we're back, and I have some cooled down potatoes. They're just room temperature right now, so a little bit easier to handle. So I'm going to start with just 1 egg, and I'm going to use about 6 ounces of flour to start with. That's about a little bit over a cup. Again, you don't want to start out with too much. You can always add more flour, but you can't take it out. So it's going to start getting a little bit messy just as you kind of work it. The dough is going to kind of come together. Feels really good already, and I didn't even use all that flour. So again, you want to make sure that you don't add all the flour at once. You don't want to overmix this. You'll end up with some really tough gnocchi at the end. Gnocchi is known for being pillow-like, if you will. So that's perfect right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of AP flour. I'm going to put that all over the counter here. I'm just going to get a little bit of flour on each side, and I have a nice flat little dough right there. I can get rid of this. Make sure you clean off your station a little bit, just to kind of make sure that you have no potato skins or any other potato that hasn't been riced, if you will. Alright, so now you want to start out with a flat dough like I was saying. Then cut it, make sure it's nicely floured, and you're going to cut it into little strips. You want them to be all about the same size, and I'll show you why in a little bit, as to it's going to make your job a lot easier. Okay, so now we have all these little strips. Just take it, now this is the fun part. Alright, you just take it and roll. Keep grabbing a couple and roll them out. Alright. Once you get about 3, 4, or even 5 nicely rolled out, what you're going to want to do is you're going to take some more of the flour and just douse it right over the top here. That's going to prevent it so when this blade goes through, it's not going to stick to the blade. So I'm just going to go through and cut my little gnocchi. Now you're left with a beautiful little gnocchi. Some people like to take little forks and put little indentations on them. I don't like to particularly do that. I like to keep it nice and rustic. And I think they actually look a little bit nicer this way. You're going to want to take a little bit more flour and put them right over the top. With this fresh, warm potato product, it'll actually start to absorb that flour and they'll start to stick together. So I'll just kind of take the rest of this here. It's really easy to just kind of roll them, make them any shape you want. Again, you don't want them to be too perfect. You want them to be nice and rustic. You don't want to make them look like a machine made. Alright, again, just a little bit more flour here. Go ahead and just go through and cut. Alright, and then right back onto a little sheet tray here. Alright, so now that we have these beautiful gnocchi, which are not sticking together, of course, I'm going to go drop them into some boiling water until they float. Give them an extra 15 seconds once they're all floating just to make sure that they're done. And then we'll be back and I'll show you how to finish it. Alright, and we're back. So I have the beautiful gnocchi here that just came out of the boiling salted water. They were floating. Here I have a nice tomato basil sauce. So I'm just going to drop that hot gnocchi right into that tomato basil sauce. We'll give it a good flip or two. And I'll just let it kind of sit a little bit just to kind of get that flavor into the gnocchi. Finish it with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Give it another quick toss, and then right into a plate. Beautiful. You can garnish it with just a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And if you'd like, I have some nice basil right here. You could do a nice little basil leaf over the top. There you are. I'm going to pair this with a nice little a glass of Chianti. And here it is. My name is Zach. I'm with the restaurant Francesca's, and today we made for you classic Italian gnocchi.